here we are, hour number 2. Chris Brown, Steve Tasker, joined in studio by the Hall of Famer Thurman Thomas, as he is presented by Carhartt, a proud partner of the Buffalo Bills, and that's part of the reason we got Thurman in here, because the Bills and Carhartt have partnered to honor the hardworking people, making new Highmark Stadium possible. Thurman, you look good in workwear, man.
I know, man.
Look at you.
Yeah, man. This is my favorite gear now.
Oh, yeah?
I'm done with all the other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, yeah. This is what I'm wearing now.
Did you take the tour yesterday?
I did.
How'd that go?
It was good.
Give me critique Thurman's work over there.
Well, everything's looking good, but I'm not gonna pretend to know the
Oh,
ins and outs.
now he doesn't want to say nothing, right?
I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and outs of the finer details of construction work.
It's nice, isn't it?
Oh, it's
awesome.
nice, and
Can't wait.
I got the radio broadcast booth location confirmed for me, so
good.
we're gonna be like pretty much on the 40-yard line. We'll be a little higher, but as long as we're central,
Higher and close, just as close though, probably.
we're good. Well, yeah, because of the stacked seating, it's almost like you'll be hanging over the field a little bit. So yeah,
Spit on the
I thought
field.
there's an optical illusion in there because of the stacked seating, it makes the field and the field level look smaller than how it looks over here with the swooping bowl look.
Right.
But John Polka was telling us yesterday that the total field surface is actually larger. There's going to be more room on the sidelines,
Oh,
on
really?
both sides, and in the back.
Really?
But it doesn't look like that
look
if you're standing there looking at it, because the stacked seating makes you feel more closed in.
Yes. Yeah, you go down. We've stood in the bottom of it in the field
Yeah.
where the field's going to be, and it looks like you could shake hands with people both sidelines. I mean,
Right,
it
looks
tight.
real close. It looks real tight.
I mean, like
Yeah, but it's an optical illusion.
like
so.
a big odd.
Like in Highmark now,
Yeah.
you feel like you gotta cup your hands and scream across the field. This was like you just sit here and talk.
And then the other thing, because we've heard how they've really invested in the sound.
Yeah.
The canopy's obviously going to trap the sound in the stadium, and the stacked seating is going to trap the sound and kind of rain it back down on the field. But then they were telling us about the sound system, those
the sound
giant
systems.
speakers they got hanging from the canopy all the way around. So they're like, yeah, we've got 38 of those all the way around the stadium.
Yeah.
So somebody asked, well, how many is in the old stadium? They said 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a special union of guys that hang these speakers too.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So they have suspended from the canopy
Yeah.
a scaffolding floor.
I knew. I saw that.
So the
where they can
guys,
walk around there
so the
and do
guys
that.
can just walk around that like it's a floor. It's like a floating floor because it's suspended from the canopy, which is crazy.
They
Like
said-
they're like Marines or Navy SEALs or something.
when I
Yeah.
first
time.
when I first started talking about the new stadium, the videos and all that, you're going to do that, but they said they're really going to go over the top and do the sound system like it's never been done. Like it's going to be state of the art, cutting edge, all of that yiggity. So it's going to be
People aren't going to be sitting in that stadium going, "What did they say?"
yeah.
Exactly.
You're gonna. It's going to be crystal clear, and there's going to be a
that's
speaker
awesome.
near absolutely everybody. You were the subject, Thurm, of a small film titled "Making the Stadium Possible," paying tribute to the tradespeople who make the game day experiences possible. It's nice that Carhartt, stepped up with a big donation, $300,000, to not only, invest in the trades, because I think the building trades, people don't realize there's a demand right now for people in the trades. A lot of kids just go off to college, don't even give the trades a second thought, and they need people in the building trades right now.
They need them. We need them.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody does. And I think we kind of knew going into this that would be like something that we're going to have to work on because, you're talking about at one point in time having 1,400 workers out here. working
on a
in the
daily
state.
basis,
Yep,
yeah.
on a daily basis. And so, you know what, this film wanted to be about, the men and women who are putting this together, because I think if you look at most of the stadiums that are built with all four, you never talk about the workers. Hardly ever talk about the workers. It's the one who's putting the money up or the team invested in, look at what they're doing now, doing special work. These are men and women who are doing that are putting this together. And so that's what, this short film was all about. It was about, not me or not my wife or not 34 Group or whatever. This is about Carhartt and the skilled trade of the people that are building these things across the country, and how our trades, like, hey, look, I have workers at mine that, they're in their 50s. We're trying to get them to where, we can get them in their 20s and 30s.
Right,
Some
right,
younger
right.
people coming in here, and I think that's what made this possible, is that Carhartt wanted to do that. They wanted to be a part of the community that is building this stadium, and more importantly, we wanted workers from within all the way out to be said, yeah, I was a part of that. I built that stadium.
Yeah, that's what you see from that field a lot. Even when at the topping out ceremony, Terry spoke to all the workers.
Right.
He goes, my dad, because I had to hear it every
Yeah.
time we drove by. My dad hauled the concrete for old Highmark Stadium.
Yeah.
And he said, you guys are all going to have a place where your name's going to be
be
out
up
here,
there.
so you can bring your grandkids over and show them that you were part of it. There's a great sense
But
of pride,
It
right?
is. It really
Yeah.
is.
But I think what you're saying, Thurman, is a real thing that Carhartt wants to invest in it, and I get why. Because, like you were saying, you've got workers that in 10 years are probably going to age out, and you need like a new generation of tradespeople coming up through the ranks.
Yeah.
And this is going to help in terms of educating high school students, whoever, like, hey, you may want to consider a career in the trades business because, I mean, you can make a really good living doing that
and
work.
I think what's the key for that is that, you know what? Some people aren't built for college.
Yeah.
Some people aren't built to go to college for 4 years, for 8 years, or whatever it may be. And this is probably the quickest way to you to, make good pay, maybe start your own company.
Yeah.
Do
an apprenticeship.
doing all of that stuff. I mean,
Had a guy-
it can happen to you very quickly. Because
I had
the
a guy tell
market
me
is
that,
needed for the younger generation.
I had a guy tell me, he says, you know what, about the college thing, kid comes out, he goes in at 18, instead of going to college, goes to the trade school, whatever. By the time he's in a paid internship, an apprenticeship, goes up. By the time his friends are graduated from college with $150,000 in debt,
Yeah.
he's got
house,
$150,000. Yeah, he's got
he got a house,
$150,000
he's
in
married, he got a
equity.
couple of kids.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. He's got it all.
He's making six figures. He's already on his way because he's been went right into it, and he's got his own thing. It's really a way to craft your life and get started quickly, and it's. And let me tell you, as you and I were on scholarship, right, for college, but I had 5 kids go through. It's real money. It's real money.
Yeah, I still have one, and it's real money.
It's real money
Yeah.
for college. And if they come out of there with a liberal arts degree, is like, what are you going to do?
Right. I mean, you're not going to go work at Microsoft. And say you're
Exactly.
coming
So
out
yeah,
with that. So
it's a decision. I think it's bigger than just the new Highmark Stadium.
Yeah.
It's just bigger than your
Absolutely.
project. I think it's a countrywide cultural phenomenon.
cultural
I know-
thing. Yeah, I mean, because the same thing will probably be happening with the next stadium, which would probably be Tennessee.
Yes.
I think that might be the
Yeah.
next stadium
Yeah.
that is coming along. And like you said, colleges for everybody. And like my little son, little Thurman, he's in the construction business now. He's 23 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm still telling him we need to go over ECC, get in a trade, do something like that to expand. Because hey, you need to know more than just construction. You need financials. You need to know plumber, HVAC. You need to know all that, I think, when you're in a construction business, because those are things that you can do on your own by yourself at home.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned ECC because they have a lot of those
They
programs.
have a lot of those programs
for people in the trades
Yeah.
or that want to get into the trades.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Like
yeah,
they've
we've
got
been. I've been working with them since 1991.
Okay.
It's been, and that's where our family, the Thurman Thomas Family Foundation, we work with. It's SUNY Erie.
SUNY Erie
SUNY
now, right?
Erie now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You gotta be able to say- It's SUNY Erie now, and we've been. That's what our holidays, our party that we have in late December. That's where we have our foundation and our money we put toward black and brown kids going through college to get their degree, finish up. So yeah, it's been a great institution and great place for us.
All right, last thing before we talk a little football with you about Carhartt and everything, because I think you've experienced this just walking through the job site several times. Everybody that is working on this stadium is essentially a Bills fan because 95% of them are from Erie County or from one of the 8 counties of Western New York working on this project. So it's kind of like it's personal for them. Like it's, and I'm sure you've heard that, right? Out on the job site?
I have heard. I mean, I've heard it from our CEO that works at our company, that works for the 34 group about him, you know, being part of, you know, stadium over there and then having seats and now having seats over here, you know. So it's a big deal. It's a really like family oriented type deal when you go over there. You know the true Bills fan. It's community. You know, you want just about everybody that you talk to that's in the construction world to say, hey, I was only over there for 2 months, but I did my job and I did it well, and I'm a part of that stadium.
It's crazy to say that. It almost seems like it's like volunteer work. It has that kind of feeling like, let's go. We got this done. You know, I got this much time to put in on this. It's not, but it's really a different vibe. And I'll say this too. The first thing I noticed when I got over there, first of all, like you said, there's like 1,000 guys over there. Nobody's standing like it's not a government job. I mean, there's nobody.
It's like an anthill.
There's nobody leaning on a shovel over there watching 6 guys, like 6 guys watching one guy work. Everybody's doing something. Like now.
It's like somebody kicked an anthill.
Yeah, it really is. They're
stuff
busy.
everywhere.
Oh my God! That's the most impressive thing I've seen about the whole thing. It's like ain't nobody waiting.
No, you can't afford to wait.
We
got to get it. We got to get it done.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
That's awesome.
If you want to see the short film that's basically titled Making the Stadium Possible, you can go to Carhartt.com. That's CarhartT.com/Buffalo Bills to watch the new short film now. Little football talk here, Thurm.
Oh, yeah.
Your running back got his bag.
Got his bag.
So, I mean, we could tell he was.
I can't believe they paid a running
We could
back.
tell he was happy.
I can't believe they paid him either.
You should have heard. The 5 Presidents text loop was busy during that time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You want to share a little bit?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
we're good.
But you know, I know you stay in touch with James a little bit, and he's not a guy that wears his emotions on his sleeve very often, but you could tell in the Hard Knocks episode last week that it meant a lot to him that, you know, the team rewarded him not only for what he brought to them, but they've committed to him for the future as well. I think that really resonated with him, and you saw a little glimpse of it because when he signed the contract, he put his sunglasses on, and I think it's because his eyes were welling up a little bit because it meant that much to him.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to him a couple of times since then, and he still says the same thing. I can't believe it happened, you know, And I think he wanted it to happen because he said that he wants to be here.
Yeah.
He don't want to be anywhere else. He wants to be in a Bills uniform for the rest of his career. And I think, you know, this will seal that for him. But now, you know, I think, and I've been telling him when I went out there for the first episode of Hard Knocks, I can tell him this after, you know, they took the microphone off me. I'm like, you know what? When you get your deal, me personally, I want to see more. Because I think you've worked that way. You've worked this hard to get here. You got your bag. Now I need to see more. Okay? I know that they have like you know, he's basically first and second down. Ty Johnson comes in. Ray Davis comes in. Right. But I told him, I said, I need to see more out of you now. I need to see you in there on third down. And I think I saw a clip in practice where, you know, it might have been third down or what, but he was picking up a blitz.
Yeah.
And so those are the things that I'm like, those are the things that's going to really solidify where you're going to end your career in Buffalo with this football team. Like, when he got his bag, he stepped his game up.
Yeah,
and I expect that.
Like Josh did when he got his first extension. He said, now I want to prove him right.
Now I want to prove him right. And I think this is the same thing right here. You know, I expect him to, you know, I don't know how many touches he had last year, but
208 carries and like 30-something receptions.
So next year I'm looking at least 300 or more.
Right. But yeah, he doesn't.
I think so.
He doesn't control that, but yeah.
He doesn't control that, but you know what? Hey, look, he's.
But listen, they won't give it to him if he's running 65 yards in the
exactly.
snow.
If he's explosive like he
less.
is, then he's going to get the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, if he makes more exciting plays again,
right.
Think about it, because he's dropped some passes.
Yeah.
Throughout his career, And now, but if he start catching those passes, and
So, which leads me to my next question, because I wanted to pose this to you. Because last year, as we know, at the end of that Kansas City game, they're in 2-minute drill. And Ty Johnson's the 2-minute back.
Yeah.
And James is not on the field, and he was a problem.
He was the best player on the field, I think, that game.
I mean, it was him and Curtis Samuel in the second half for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys were scoring points, making plays, and 2 minutes left in the game, and James is not on the field because Ty Johnson is the 2-minute drill back. What I'm curious, what would you think? Let's just say they want to keep Ty Johnson as the third down back because he's sturdy in pass protection. He doesn't get bowled over by linebacker. I mean, he's put together.
Yeah.
What do you think about just bringing James onto the field and then, you have split backs and then he's out running a pass route on third down and use him that way? What do you think of that?
I love it.
Yeah.
You're not putting him in
Who do
that
you sit
situation.
down?
You're like, okay, James.
Because then he's
They
on the
you're gonna
field.
be the hot guy.
They can't have 12 guys on the field. Who sits down?
Ty. I think.
Well, you
yeah.
can't-
Well,
Then you
if you're going two backs because you
Yeah.
want to leave Ty in for protection and use James on a pass route, take a receiver off the field. Take a tight end off the field.
Line him up in the slot. Line him up at wide receiver. And then that takes another guy out of there. And who does that open it up for? The Superman.
I mean, after
17,
Josh,
I mean, yeah.
after Josh, James is the most dynamic athlete on offense, right?
Yeah, I'll say that.
Put
yeah,
him on the
he's
field
right.
on third down.
He's
I
right.
think so. Right.
All during this early off season, I was poo-pooing playing a running back because of the environmental league. You can
Right.
replace most of the production for a fraction of the cost, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. Then I went back, and Brownie will tell you, I go back and watch old games. Like I'll watch last year's game. I'll watch all the games and stuff. And I was like, I don't know, man. James is pretty good.
I said,
gotta
I told you
listen,
that.
There was a couple of games in there. Well, we saw clips of the Detroit game, the snow game. The one that got me. There was a couple of them. There's more than a couple. That's why I switched my tune. I
You ready
changed
to
my
say the
tune.
snow game against 49ers?
The 49ers game.
When
It's
he
a
went out
tussle,
outside?
and he snapped off a 65-yard run in a snow, like gone, boom, game. And it was like all of a sudden we went from being in a, well, I don't know, this is going to be like to a, let's go,
Yeah.
game. Because that run,
Because all of a sudden it's 21-3 then.
it's 21-3.
Yeah.
And McCaffrey then goes, and McCaffrey, how
Gets
about
hurt.
that? You think about it. McCaffrey just goes down. He hurts himself.
Yeah.
James Cook never hurt himself.
Right.
He's available.
Yeah.
That's huge. And I mean, I went back in years and years ago when I had a VHS tape machine. I could watch tape when I was working out or whatever. I used to watch it. He was always available. Thurman was always
Yeah.
available. You got to be there, and it's one of the. It's been highlighted by this training camp and the
Right.
rash of injuries they've had. Availability is enormous for a guy, particularly a guy like James Cook.
Last one here for you, Thurm.
Yep.
Thank you for putting the mantra out for the season to the team. Did you see it in the first episode of Hard Knocks? They're huddled up after a practice that Thurman's at, and Coach brings him in. Thurman's talking to him. He's not 30 seconds in, and he goes, "Job now is to get the 1 seed." Right out of the chute.
Right
It's
out of
like
the
the
chute.
third day of practice at training camp. Third drops.
Get the 1
Got to get
seed.
the 1 seed now. And that was
get the 1
everybody was
seed.
like standing up straight. I was like, "Yeah, give it to him, Thurm."
That's the only way to look at it, right? We haven't had the 1 seed
Third
in the
day
last
in camp.
4 to
Gotta get the
5
1
years.
seed,
Gotta
fellas.
get the 1
We'll-
seed,
I'll see you in
fellas.
September. Oh my
Get the
God, I
one
It's the one
seed.
thing that we haven't had that
Yeah.
can really put us
You're
on.
100%
What do you
right.
remember- what do you
I
remember-
just love that you just put it on him right away.
What do you
Like,
remember about back in the day? Because I feel like there was a time when we had that on our menu. It was
Oh, yeah?
you wanted to win the division,
Win the
you wanted to-
division.
but you wanted to get the 1 seed. And how prevalent was that at this point of the year in one of those seasons where, in '91 after
Right.
after wide right Super Bowl and stuff, the next
Yeah.
season was like
You were pressing.
we were very serious.
Right.
In the regular season of '91 before Super Bowl 26, we were a very serious group,
Yeah.
and I feel like that when we came back, it's like that was on the table.
Yeah.
Like somebody said,
Well,
"Listen,
back
we got to
then,
get
don't
it."
forget,
Two teams got
teams
the,
got the
two
bye.
teams got the bye. Yeah,
2 teams got the bye.
But
that's why
Only
it's so
one now.
important right now to get
might be even
that-
more important now
Yeah,
to
it's
get the
even-
1 seed.
Exactly. I mean,
Because Kansas City has
is,
benefited enormously from that.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
Five of the last
anybody
six
who
Super
get
Bowls.
anybody
Played
who
one less playoff game.
anybody who gets the 1 seed benefits enormously, whether it's Kansas City or anybody else.
But I tell you this, before you let me go or whatever, this game against Baltimore,
It's the biggest game of the year.
it's the
man.
biggest game in a year, and I know the Baltimore Ravens are going to be treated like this is a playoff game for us. week 1.
Yes.
And I know Bills fans, well, we know how to handle them in the playoffs or whatever. But I'm going to tell you something. Buckle up. Because this game right here could set the tone for the rest of the year.
I have been saying the exact same
rock'em
thing.
sock'em.
This
Lamar
game-
Jackson said, when he was asked about that game, he said, "We've got vengeance on our mind."
There you go.
That's all you need to know.
They're going to be a tough team to beat that night.
Yeah, I
Very
mean,
tough team to
this
beat.
is going to be like ratings high.
Well,
Very
there's a reason
ratings
it's on
high.
Sunday night.
Exactly. This is going to be.
We were there. Remember when we got put out of the championship game in Cincinnati, and then we played them up here
In
the next
88.
year
Yeah.
in '89 when we were the bickering Bills. And the one time everybody was on the same page, we were like, was the one time we came together was for the Bengals game.
Okay.
It was like,
Payback.
forget
It
all
was
that,
payback.
guys.
Yeah.
Let's go. And
But-
we crushed them.
But it starts week 1.
It starts week 1.
Absolutely.
Thurm, great to see you.
Appreciate it.
Happy to see you. With the workwear, man. This is a new look for you. It's
I like
good.
it. Oh man, I got
good.
some boots too.
What's it really? Tell me.
I ain't wearing the boots just
What's
yet.
it really?
but-
What's it really like having a real job? Because I really never had one. I've been.
What's it like
never-
having a real job?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's pretty
It's a
fun.
real
This.
job.
I got,
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
I got a bunch of people taking care of me here.
As
Okay.
Steve says, in the world of journalism, we're in the toy department.
We're in the toy department.
Thurm, good to see you. Good to see you as always.
A little bit too now, right?
That's right.
I'm sure we'll see you a little bit later on in the regular season, and you'll be at that season opener for sure, I know.
Absolutely.
So we, at the very latest,
Good
we'll
stuff,
see
man.
you there. That's the Hall of Famer Thurman Thomas joining us. Again, if you want to see that new short film, go to carhartt.com/Buffalo Bills. We'll take a break and be back with more, including some of your comments on the tweet sheet here on One Bills Live.